Yeah, it's a very good art form, which is just padding.
It's
We're really good at like conversational padding.
yeah, just like is it 30 minutes?
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
We're not even good at padding. We have to have something. We have to essentially. We have a 2-hour film. We condense it to an hour, and there's still padding involved.
My name is Carl.
My name is Oscar.
And this is Who Would Watch This?
Already said it, so it wasn't that clever.
Oh,
Shit, fuck.
all right, cut to the.
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, chat about the film, and then try and figure out who would watch it.
Today we're talking about the Disney classic Blank Check. Currently has a 2.3 on Letterboxd, a 5.3 on IMDb, and a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oscar, what's the plot?
After a bike accident, a young boy inadvertently gains possession of a check for $1 million and proceeds to spend it, unaware that the gangsters whom it belongs to are in pursuit. If that doesn't catch your eye, well, nothing will.
Isn't it crazy Disney used to churn out films like this crap?
Yeah, it's... But was it like... Because it was before Disney Channel. So Disney Channel news I get. It's like, kids, it's a big event, you watch it. Was this did people pay money in the cinema to watch this?
No, it did not make much money. Disney didn't have the clout
No.
back then.
God, which is crazy, isn't it?
I know. What do you reckon? I think this is I think they should just remake this for Disney Plus now. Call it like Vibe Check. Somebody gives a kid a vibe and he can write down for as much vibe as he wants. Oh my god, that kid's got 100% vibe.
And those gangsters are still after him. But this time they're cool street gangsters.
We can't find him. God, he's just vibing. Oh, vibe check.
Hi, yes, cancel the next Marvel film. We've got a big one on our hands.
We've given Vibe Check a $200 million budget.
Dennis Villeneuve is going to direct it. Denny, my mistake.
Denis Villeneuve.
Oi, Dennis Vanuli.
Oi, DV. Get over here.
Hey, DVD, go over here, you cheeky bugger.
What, you like art, do you? You think your movies are art, do you?
Blade Runner, I saw that. Go on. 4 hours, fuck off.
Didn't watch the first 2048 ones, did I?
Arrival, it was dead or not. No.
Dune. Oon. Oh, shall we play?
I do not be watching this.
Yeah. I feel a prisoner to your Jake Gyllenhaal film. Incendies.
Sicario. I haven't got much for that one. Sicario.
You're Sicaring me.
Oh. All right, that will get cut. All right.
Oh, what padding? That's what we're good at.
What we're good at? Not really.
Do you want to go back in time to when we haven't seen it?
I don't mind.
Do you want to go back? When we tried to predict who we thought would watch it?
Maybe we should.
Let's go back.
Let's go back.
Should we go back? Should we step over there?
Let's go there.
Let's go over there. We'll step back. Oh.
Carl, blank e-check. Have you seen it?
You need to calm down. You're very aggressive.
Well, fuck you. Have you seen it? Tell me now.
Don't come
There's
at
a
me
light
with your
shining-
blank. Yeah, I know. Turn the light out.
Yeah, this is an interrogation. Have you seen it?
Why are you pretending you've got a... I love, for a moment, I thought you had a
cigarette.
but then you
That's how
went
good I
to
have-
twirling your mustache.
I can't commit to a character. It's either bad cop, good cop, or evil villain. It's one of the three.
I want one of those bad cops where it's like half of you's the bad cop and then the other half of you's the good one. You just keep turning to me. But in the end, I want to get to the point where we start doing dress-ups for this non-visual medium.
Oh yeah, but I think it would come out in our vibe.
I know, it would be.
I think it would scream if we were both in a bear suit.
Though I think I would like to ask the listener, what do you think we wear? Sometimes it's nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
You go full cock and balls for an episode.
Just sweating it out. We're in a spa. The mics get very rusty.
Oh my god, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
It's just sweating there, and there's mold everywhere.
Everywhere. Speaking of mold, blank check. I saw this as a child.
Really?
Yeah. It was on Disney Channel constantly.
Wow.
It's a strange one, and I'm keen to revisit it. I don't know who it's for. I guess kids. I get literally kids, but like what an adult think kids wants, which is money, which is a bit depressing. All they want is $1 million. They would be crazy with that money. Yeah. Who do you think? Have you heard of this film, Carl?
So I knew it existed. I've never watched it. Didn't know what. I think I thought it was a ripoff of Richie Rich,
Yes.
like the Macaulay Culkin one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Richie Rich a comic or like a thing?
I think it was a comic
Yeah.
made into a film.
Gotcha. What an
Made back into a
unlikable
comic.
protagonist.
He's rich. He's Richie Rich. But here's the thing, though, and I really enjoyed when I was younger the Macaulay Culkin Richie Rich. I don't think I've seen it in probably over 15 years, but it was just about the fact that he had all the money in the world but no friends.
Yeah.
That's what made him relatable.
You also have all the money in the world. And
I
no
only
friends.
had friends and no money, and it sucked.
That's why they call you
What
poor Perry. I was like, poor Perry.
What I would have given to have money and no friends in a heartbeat.
I would have sold them out, done anything to have sweet, sweet money. It's so versatile. It can be used for everything.
Richie Rich had a McDonald's in his house, and he gave it all up to have 4 awful friends.
Trash bags, honestly.
I know. Ugh. Should we just review Richie Rich right now?
Yeah, Richie Rich. Not even seen the film. I think it starts in a baseball field.
It does.
Oh my god, I nailed it.
So, haven't seen Blake Check. Don't really know what to expect for it. Who do I think it's for? I don't know. People that love kids with a backpack filled with cash, turning around with sunglasses and a backwards cap and staring at the camera.
Carl, you're going to love the poster.
Am I? Remember when I just was in love with Dark Web?
Yeah.
God, I wish we'd just reviewed it again.
We could have watched it again.
I think all the time when I watch a good film, like, God, I would love to just forget that I'd seen that so I could experience it again.
Have you got any, like, because Breaking Bad's always the one, but I don't think I'd watch Breaking Bad. I think, like, season 2, don't watch it. I don't think I would I
don't know if I have the patience anymore to, like...
No, rewatch something. I'm glad I watched it, but it's done.
Yeah. Like, I was rewatching it, and while I think there's some phenomenal moments it builds up to, I think getting those payoffs and not expecting them is such a joy that when I've been rewatching it, I've been like,
I know you're wrong, it's great, but yeah, it's those highs, and then you go, oh, there's lows.
Yeah.
There's and everything pays off, but I want it to pay off now. I remember the heart is like heroin.
It is. They nailed it, didn't they?
Yeah, they nailed heroin. The highs of meth.
Oh god. Wow.
Do you remember reviewers that when Breaking Bad was coming out, like, it's like meth. You can't put it down. It's like crack cocaine.
I know, I've tried it.
Oh my god, Breaking Bad.
Oh wow. The fact that we're starting this episode off like this goes to show that we did not like Blank Check.
Oh, I adored Blank Check.
No,
I
you
think
didn't.
It captures the
No,
90s
you
in a
didn't.
fun. It captures the zeitgeist.
Shut up. It was cute when I did this for Dark Web, but you can't do it for Blank Check.
It's flawless.
Dark Web was flawless.
All right, I don't remember the film style of this. It starts with an escaped convict.
Are you sure? I think it starts on a computer screen. Mouse is moving around. He's logging in.
I believe Unfriended, but there's no title screen for it. We can't talk about Unfriended. Wait.
Oh god, I think it would be so good. I think we talked about it before, but just to start reviewing an episode, only to go, fuck it, we'll just play one of the old ones. And that's the episode.
Just a bet, it's like a clip show.
I know,
but not even a clip show. We're showing you an episode of 4 episodes.
A clip show.
A clip show.
show.
Emphasis on clip and A.
One clip show. Oh god, the opening of this, not what I expected
Not
it
what
to
I
be.
expected. I don't remember this at all.
Convict running in the rain?
Yeah, hides money, terrible face, scary.
I know. frightening.
Yeah. Anyway, his name's like Quigly or something.
It is not.
It
is
is
not Quigly.
It is Quigly.
Stop
That's
it.
his evil name.
Stop it.
It is Quigly.
Can we get a vibe check on this Quigly guy, please? Anyone?
No, new movie. Disney owns the rights to this. You can't say vibe check. We'll lose out on millions. $1 million to be exact.
I'm really sick of us getting sued by major studios. If that could stop, that'd be great.
We were not going to change at all. We're not going to change our actions. I would just like it if people didn't sue us.
Oh god. So anyway, he finds some cash. Blah blah blah.
We meant the boy. That you were like.
He gets a blank check. Stuff happens. The end. Oscar.
Thoughts?
No. So, So
anyway, that's the start. So there's money. It establishes money.
yeah, that's what I think. The convict in the rain looking for the money. That's the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, first 40 minutes done of this 9-hour epic.
You wouldn't believe it, but Blank Check said, what if kids had the attention span of a HBO miniseries? And it didn't pay off.
I love that every hour they just got a new heavyweight director. The Terrence Malick hour of this movie, loved it.
An hour of a shot of a field, and I had to cry a bit.
Oh my god, I remember both crying from my eyes and penis. Wasn't sure if I was sad or horny. Delightful.
I'm probably bored.
It's true, I was. Also, that I was told Ben Affleck was in it. He was cut.
Yeah. It's like the Justice League, but the opposite. Snyder cut? I'll end it.
You don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know who-
You've gone into a zeitgeist where you don't get what you're talking about.
What does zeitgeist mean? No one tells you what it
It's
means.
like a poltergeist.
That's scary as fuck. What the fuck? We're introduced to the worst character I think we've reviewed in the podcast, Preston. Preston can get fucked. He's the little poor kid who's poor.
We're then introduced to the two other worst characters. His brothers are like, oh, foot and handshake. What the fuck is this?
It was the 90s. I guess the internet wasn't a thing. They're hideous, aren't they?
It's just one of those things that you were looking at and you were like, this writer's never met a child. Just never met a child.
It feels gross, doesn't it? But yeah, Preston is a poor kid. But they're not poor. I think the dad's just tight.
Oh,
but essentially, he's like...
Yeah, the dad's fucking tight.
He's got a sweet bod.
The things I do to Preston's dad.
Okay, so anyway, Preston's like, hey, I'm really poor, I live a shit life. He's talking to his goldfish. His brothers come in, go, we're starting a business, and we need your room. Preston's kicked out of his own bedroom. He's like, Dad, what the hell's going on? The dad, probably the worst. I said it before. Preston's the worst character. The dad's the worst.
The dad is in the running for most abusive character for the Who Would Watch This Awards at the end of the year. The dad is upsetting, problematic, rude, mean, but the fucking bod on this guy, tight.
You could grate cheese on those abs.
Oh my god.
He walks in. Preston's like, hey, what the hell, Dad? And the dad, with full confidence, go, your brothers are doing a business. Their foot handshake thing will make millions. They're entrepreneurs, and they need this entire space, your bedroom. How old are you? 10. Get out of here and get a job. They've got gumph.
I love that it's like, we can't afford anything. And he's like, you give me nothing. Kid, you're 10 and you have a computer.
No. He buys the computer for their business.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why does he know how to use a computer so well?
No clue.
He uses it really well.
Really well.
To the point at which the brothers aren't sure how the computer is talking and it freaks them out.
How funny is that? Preston essentially is like text-to-speech. I know it's the 90s, but come on, it seems like it's just type it in. He's like, my brothers smell. And the boys, like monkeys, start smacking the computer like, shut up! It's insulting us! And Preston's like, well, I've bested you. Preston's a pretty smart kid.
It's literally, it's so robotic. It's like, my brothers smell. And they're like, what human said this?
What man has disrespected us in such a way?
We are the hand-foot people. How dare you?
We have a business idea. It hasn't been implemented, but we have the funds.
So anyway, the kid's getting ready to go to a birthday party at a theme park.
Yes.
I think it's like Six Flags
Something
or something like that.
yeah.
The kid's like, I don't know why I'm going.
Yeah,
I
Preston's
need-
like he doesn't like the kid. He's like a bully.
Yeah.
He's been invited as like a pity, like
Yeah,
a
he's got a
joke.
little
I
pity
think.
invite.
Yeah,
We've all given one out. We've all received a pity invite. We know both sides of this coin.
both this coin is his podcast. We both invited each other as a pity invite, and we've been recording for 60 episodes.
It's not healthy. The dad's like, don't worry, I'm going to give you more than enough money to have a fun time. He gives him $6.
Yeah.
This gets him 6 tokens. Most rides are 7 tokens.
Oh,
What a fucked up thing to do to your child.
it's pretty funny,
What a
isn't it?
fucked up thing to do to your child.
I say this business theme park's pretty crazy though. They must be making so much fucking money.
Oh, I know, right?
How many rides you ride at theme park? Like 10 on average? It's like $70. Make it like I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, all the cool kids get to go on the rides because they're rich. And Preston, being the poor little fuck he is, gets to ride the baby rides because that's how money works. Yeah, so pretty much Buck, who's the bully, is like, ah, you're poor. It's a great message, this film, because it's pretty much like, hey, money actually is happiness. And at the end, it kind of goes, no, it's not. But isn't it?
It's weird that both this film and Wall Street have the same theme. It's
Charlie Sheen was similar to Preston, and I guess Michael Sheen? What's
Yeah.
his name? Michael Sheen character's Buck?
no Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah. What is he? It's like money is greed or money is power or something like that.
Something like that.
What's the famous line?
Greed is money, I believe.
Money never sleeps.
Money never... In the city of love is the Big Apple, and money is stocks.
Little Italy, I believe, is the subtitle. Where the hell's all this Wall Street money coming from? Little Italy. Canada. When you're looking at this movie objectively from the beginning, it sets up a handful of things that you think the movie's going to do and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I thought the bully would be redeemed and they would become friends.
Yes.
I thought there was a girl he almost talks to in this party. Thought she was going to be a main character.
I think the writers thought that too. They went, let's make it 1,000 times worse. Let's make it abysmal what we're going to decide to do.
I love it because they're like, let's zig when the audience thinks we're going to zag. And it's just like, but you've zigged in a completely weird direction.
They zigged into a pedo plot point. You can't zag out of that.
It's easily one of the most problematic things we'll be discussing on the podcast.
Oh, it's great though. It's the
and I want you to
90s.
know that we don't condone it.
Who
one
condones
bit.
it?
I
Wait, no,
just-
we do condone it. Wait, no, condense it? Oh, what's
We
the
don't
word?
condense it.
We condense it. Condone. Isn't condone... Is
Condemn is the one you're thinking of.
Yes.
Condone is the... yeah. We condemn it,
Yes.
and we don't condone it.
Cool.
And if you want, you can condense this using the play it 2 speed.
Oh yeah, I think everyone's doing that. No one's listening to this at a crisp speed. They are getting through
I
these.
slow us down when I do a replay.
Can you imagine if someone was watching us and doing a podcast on our podcast? Because how nice is the 2 speed if you buy it on YouTube? I love
know, right?
smacking out a movie in 40 minutes.
Oh, like I said, when I watched, what was it? Slender Man? God, that had incredible pacing when it
Yeah.
was 2 speed. Oh, God. Anyway, so he has an awful time at the theme park. It's kind of hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
He ends up with some cotton candy. Don't know how he had the tokens to do that,
No
but
clue,
whatever.
right? He gets splashed, which is his fault, Preston's fault. He's standing by Splash Mountain and he gets wet, and it's just like, you know what? It's on you, buddy.
He then goes home. He's like, I'm having an awful life.
Yeah.
You parents suck. I'm entitled to more. You're both clearly making a large amount of money. Give me more. And the mum's like, oh, you know what? You can have your grandma's present early. She sent it early. Here, have the card.
Yeah.
He opens it up. Oh, he doesn't even open it up. He doesn't even read the card.
No.
It's such an awful thing for your main character to do. I kind of get it.
But the kind thing is to read the
Pretend
card.
you're enjoying the
Where?
card.
Oh, I didn't know it was the check
Yeah,
falling out.
you do the thing where you
To
just you
Oscar.
fold the money away, and you're like, oh, I love the words.
Yeah. Happy birthday. How'd they condense it so well?
Stunning, Grandma. It's a love letter. What
It's a
can I
love letter.
say? The
Money.
is this money right here?
What the hell?
Is this? Who did this?
I was not expecting
Did
this.
you do this?
Oh
You
my
cheeky!
God.
I would have been happy had you just given me the card.
The words, the teddy bear card, I would have loved that.
Oh my god!
But-
I'm gonna put a pin in it up here. Here's it going. And you know what? I don't even know where the money went.
I don't even know where the money
I
went.
don't even know what. Oh, it's in my pocket.
But Carl, what is on this check? Like the film Substance, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing's on the blank
It's
check.
a blank check.
It's a blank check.
It's a blank fucking check. It's the name of the film.
Papa.
It's a blank check. guys, we're minutes in the movie. We've got the blank check. I love the pitch
We got
for
the
this movie.
titular blank
We've got the titular. Guys, I got a fucking phenomenal idea for a movie for you, all right?
Go on, hit
Movie
me.
about a kid that gets a blank check.
Okay, when does he get it?
Immediately.
I'm in.
Immediately.
Pacing works.
Honestly, as soon as he spent 7 tokens, you'll understand what I mean when he gets the tokens. The blank check's
What are the
there.
tokens?
We don't want to go back for it. He
It's
gets
like
the blank
explain
check.
the worst board game. Like once you get the tokens, then you get the blank check. And the blank check where things really start heating up.
It's the cones of Dunshire.
Anyway, the dad is like, "Hey, son, that's a blank check. You know, you can
Yoinky.
Yeah, yoink. You can write whatever you want in here. For instance, $11 is going to you. Here you go, kid. $11.
I loved this because immediately I went, isn't that the movie? I thought they'd thrown away the point
Oh, you
immediately.
thought they'd
thought that was the blank.
the MacGuffin.
I thought that was the blank check. I was like, oh, so he gets it from his grandma. Oh, so the thing is, he steals like $1 million from his grandma, and
Yeah.
that's the internal conflict.
Which is
interesting.
Which is actually interesting because it shows that Preston was such an awful character in the first 5 minutes. You think he has the ability to steal from his grandma. You're almost right. Anyway, that's just setting up that blank checks exist.
Yeah, so they've set up the fact that blank checks exist. The kid's like, I hate it here, and I hate you. And I was like, same.
Yeah. I'm out of this movie. He is like, I'm going to the bank.
Oh, God. The dad is upset. There is a part where he's sitting in the dark on his laptop, typing in how many years it would take for $11 with interest to turn into $1 million.
Yes.
And the dad is like, lights out. And I'm like, he's in the dark already. You monster.
He does awful things, doesn't he? He calls them Presto. He calls them Presto the Pesto. That's not an insult. That's cruel. That just doesn't feel right.
We now get our money laundering subplot.
Yeah, which I always love in a kid's film. I didn't know what money laundering. I didn't know what the bank was when I was the kid.
Oh, same. One of my favorite things is that I just want the show Ozark, but for kids. Then maybe I'd understand money laundering.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love blank check. Anyway, Quigly, the villain from the start.
I don't believe he's called that.
I've got it written down here.
I
Quigly.
don't believe it.
I'll get it up on IMDb.
I don't want proof. So Mateus now has to choose if he wants the
Quigly.
10,000 Bitcoin.
Quigly.
Don't believe this. And I'm scrolling.
Pass
I don't see anyone. I see Betty J, played
They
by
got
Mary
Betty
Chris
J?
Wall.
my
She's got gorgeous silver hair. She
does have
pulls it
silver.
off,
Oh my
doesn't she?
God. What a silver fox.
I don't want to call him Quigly.
Quagmire?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. So Quagmire waltzes in.
To the bank.
Yeah.
He's like, the big banker guy is on the phone, and then Quagmire cuts the phone. He's like,
I think his
hey.
name is Quigly, you'll find.
Oh, well, let me check IMDb. No, just Mary Chris Wallace is up there. Yeah, Quigly, Quasar is... Fuck me dead. Goes,
I'm
hey...
a very difficult person to work with.
I can tell that. You're a diva on set.
What?
Woo!
I'm so sorry.
What was his fucking name? Oh.
Quigly.
Quigley rocks up to the bank. He goes to the bank teller. He's like, hey, Buccacino, you owe me a favor. I've got $1 million in cash. You're going to money launder it for me. And the bank guy's like, ugh, that seems really tough. He's like, do it. And he
To
does.
make it tougher, there's 24 hours on the clock for you to change over $1 million worth of dark bills. I thought this movie was going to get darker because he has scissors and he cuts his phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he going to stab this guy?
It seems a bit dark, doesn't it?
It does.
Anyway, Quigly pretty much goes, hey, I'm going to send someone called Juice in 24 hours to collect my check. I'm going to check in my $1 million, and then I'm going to collect my clean cash.
What a sound plan from a criminal perspective.
Yeah.
Things are going to work out for him.
Oh, yeah. So Preston then has got his check for his $11. He goes to the bank to check it out.
Yeah.
Outside the bank is like, well, I can only assume it's a business card, but it's like an A4 piece of paper. Just like loose paper with just a massive picture of the girl bank teller.
Yeah.
Who's hot. Who's a smoking babe. And this 10-year-old's like, well, I wouldn't mind if she fucks me.
This is an uncomfortable subplot. Because A, this kid character has the hots for her so bad. And B, she's indulging him.
She's indulging him. It's revealed that it's for the CIA. She's trying to track down money laundering.
Yeah, the twist that she's working for the CIA, wild.
Wild.
Where's this movie going? What does it mean? Why is it like this?
But anyway, he tries to open an account. She's like, it's minimum $200. He's like, well, God fucking damn it, you fucking bitch. I'll be back tomorrow with the cash.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be back with the cash, and I'm coming straight to you,
Yeah.
and me and you are
Pack
going...
a condom, some lube. Let's get going. He comes back the next day.
He comes back... Well, here's the thing. He goes out with his $11. The guy, Quigly, Quagmire, if you will,
Yes.
runs him over with a car.
Yes. No, because Buck, the bully, as Preston's coming out the bank, I don't know what Buck was doing hanging around the bank. He snatches the check from his hand and then bikes away. Preston's like, hey, that's my check. They have this weird running montage, which I love. This film is mainly montages.
Oh my god, there's so many. If you want a snapshot of the 90s, watch any of the 11 montages in Blank Check. They're upsetting. They're profoundly emotional.
Finally, Preston gets run over by a car by our big bad villain, Quigly. Quigly's like, hey, kid, how much that bike cost? Nothing it, because you're poor. The bully's like, Buck is like, hey, he could sue you. And the adult in the situation's like, go. Well, I don't want to get sued by a child.
So he goes and uses the checkbook
Yeah.
that the bank teller has given him and signed it with Quigly or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Given it to him, but because the police are coming, he forgets to write a number on it.
This blank check has just become the blank check of the titular blank check.
I thought that now perhaps the movie would be the kid getting into scenarios where he almost gets a blank check and never gets it. like
the money's just waiting there,
like
and
he's
it's him like,
almost getting $1 million.
that's such a better film because the character is unlikable and I want him to see him fail. I like that he is so well off, like really, like he's fine living, and he just can't get the money, and it's quite funny.
Oh god. So the kid goes in the next day. He's put $1 million on it. The kid goes in the next day. Everything falls into his lap in terms of getting this $1 million.
God. He doesn't run into the hot babe.
Yep.
She gets like a woman, and he's like, can I have some money? And she's like, well, this is ridiculous. I'm going to do something that we've never done here. Come with me, little boy. We're going straight to the CEO, and we're going to laugh at you trying to cash $1 million. They go up the stairs. She leads him in, and then the big bank teller's like, what's this? And she's like, isn't this ridiculous? She's like, get out. I need to talk to this child alone.
Leave. And he's like, juice? And
No thanks, I'm fine.
And he's like, oh my god, it's him. He gets the money. Everything's going A-okay for him. I don't know the leap that happens between the kid getting the money and him getting a house in the same day.
I don't know.
How did he pay for said house?
So essentially he has cash
Yeah.
in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, first off, I'm gonna, and it is really sucks that this is the 90s and how much $1 million get you in the 90s.
I was very confused. I was like, surely even in the 90s that house costs $1 million, right?
I think where he is looks boring. Real quickly though, Juice actually does arrive. He's a black man. He's what the white writers wrote a black man to be. He's like, where's my money? And the bank teller's like, good. I gave it to a child. And they buy that. Anyway, yeah. So he buys a castle.
Yeah.
A literal castle.
He's out somehow, and I don't understand the coincidence of this. He's going after the same house Quigly's going after.
Yes.
And he outbids Quigly.
Yes.
But Quigly hasn't even gotten his money yet.
No. So I don't know why. But how crazy is this? The bid starts at 130,000.
Ridiculous.
For a literal castle.
That kid must be so wealthy now, because it's not like he would have gotten rid of the house at the end of the movie.
No.
That house just sits there getting a ton of interest.
Yeah.
I think a huge issue with and we'll get to it, but it's the idea that the money's lost because he's spent it.
No.
But that is not the case.
Sure, don't get me wrong. It's lost. It's depreciated, but he has a castle.
Here's the thing. He's made a really good investment off the bat.
Yeah.
Like super quickly. Incredible.
Honestly, I would love to see this kid just invest in money.
That's why I think it's pretty much Wall Street. He makes just good quality investments the entire film.
That's what I like about this movie, Wall Street. It's just safe, good investments.
Yeah.
It's just like, ETFs, keeping it simple.
None of those NFTs I don't understand.
Imagine vibe check. He buys an NFT with Ethereum. I'm going to the moon, Elon. That doesn't pass the vibe check.
Disney's done it again.
Wow, it cracked 2 billion.
The movie constantly setting up avenues I think it's going to go. Again, the parents leave the brothers in charge. And I'm like, oh, so the parents are away for his spending spree.
Yeah.
No, they're back in in the next scene.
They come back like it was just a one-day holiday.
He befriends a limo driver.
When you say it out of context, it's... Well, what's the plot? From here...
The kid's just catfishing adults.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
It's upsetting. So he pretty much he orders... So he buys the castle, he gets a limo, and the limo driver's like, yuck, you're poor. And he's like, well, what if I was rich? And the limo driver's like, let's have an inappropriate relationship of friendship.
He's like... So the limo driver's like, do we do a montage together? The kid's like, yes. This is not how a kid would spend his money, right?
It feels like the limo driver is controlling this.
I know.
One thing I will say is I looked at what the director did. Nothing after this, but before this, had only done NWA music videos.
Interesting.
And MC Hammer music videos.
Oh.
Which I think kind of gets why there's so many montages.
Yeah.
Because it does feel like a music video.
I know. Disney was very much back in the day just like, the best director of a music video.
That'll keep the kids entertained.
If we're talking about behind the camera, then I will bring up that the screenwriter wrote what a lot of screenwriters think is a very competent screenwriting book called Save the Cat, which just gets taught a lot. It's like a very high selling book for screenwriters. He's only done 2 films, I think, or 3 films. This is one of them.
Yeah.
It's an awful screenplay. The other one's Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, which is Sylvester Stallone becomes partners with his mum, and it's like a cop film.
But I think you said it too. Like, the film's technically
as a script,
competent,
cohesive.
Like the bits they set up. I mean, you say they think you set up, but they set up a blank check. It comes back up. It works.
Yeah.
It's all ridiculous, but it works.
Which is the idea of the book, is he's not guaranteeing that he's going to get you to write a good script. He's going to get you to write a competent one that makes sense. Yeah. And that's what that's what this guy writes.
That's fair.
So, but I genuinely think this guy made a lot of his money, not through Hollywood, but through that book.
Which is weird. You'd think he'd have more success. Because I feel like it's like, oh, well, what have you written? It's like, well, a blank check.
Yeah, which I think is interesting because the book is called Save the Cat. Because the idea is that at the beginning of your screenplay, your character needs to do something likable like save a cat,
Yeah.
right? So that you know that your main character is a good guy.
Yeah. Preston, on the
What
other hand,
what would Preston's save the cat moment be?
it would be that he, was not happy with his grandma's money. I think he's poor. Is that what it is?
Maybe.
That's a pretty bad character flaw.
Yeah.
And he's not happy about it. He's pretty, upset.
Yeah. Odd. It was just odd to me that the guy that wrote the save... But also, I'm not sure if... I haven't bothered to look if the book came after this movie or the movie came after the book. Because he might have gone, having written that movie, I know what I've done wrong.
Yeah,
And written the book.
definitely.
Which I think would be interesting.
That's fair enough.
So yeah, there you go. It's a little tidbit.
But yeah, well, it's just montages. Essentially, he's happy.
It's just him being happy for a
it's
lot.
it's
There's
an
not a lot of conflict for a long time.
Well, a lot of it's like the villains show up.
Yeah.
They do a little song and dance.
Bit of Home Alone happening.
Yeah, but it feels so Home Alone.
It
doesn't
does. There is a Chips Ahoy van that comes to the house.
Yeah, I love it. So in this second day, he just orders a bunch of shit, and the dad is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then the son's like, "No, Dad, I'm working for Mr. McIntosh, who is my boss."
Comedy.
The dad is like, "Wow, I'm so proud of your business ethics."
The dad is immediately cuckolded
He's
by
cuckolded
his
so
by his kid.
so quickly.
The dad's like, I have nowhere to park, and the kid's like, everybody move, and they all run away, and
Yeah.
the dad's like, I'm cuckolded
He's
for
got,
sure.
He's got power. He's got power. But the son Preston's a genius because he's like, "Hey, Dad, I know you don't approve of this, but I saw your fucked up business plan, and my boss, who doesn't work in your field, liked it." And the dad's like, "Will he sign it?" And that's what
I love that the dad's like, do you need the car? I'll give you the keys. It's like he's 10.
He's 10. He can't do much.
There's just another montage to I Want Candy.
Yep, he gets candy.
I don't know why the limo driver's still around.
No,
Is he getting paid daily? Because he has a family.
I think so. He doesn't have a family.
You don't reckon?
No.
He's got style.
He's got friends.
No, he doesn't, and that's what's unhealthy.
That is what unhealthy.
He is an adult.
It's really weird because the film's like, "Hey, this kid's spiraling out of control," but not really. He's
Yeah.
having fun, and his actions don't really come back as consequences.
Yeah, weird. The bully keeps on trying to insert his way back into the movie.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting knocked back.
Which feels like a production issue. It feels like he was like, "Hey, you're done."
A redhead on set.
No.
Anyway, so I keep wanting to go and call the kid Blank Check.
He's like a blank. He is just a blank nothing.
He is just a blank check. Anyway, so Blank Check's in his yard. The FBI agent just waltzes in. She's like, "Hiya.
Hey,
You look like you've made a lot of money in a day.
Yeah.
Do you want to open that account?" It's just like, are you an idiot? He's like, I work for a Mr. McIntosh. It's like, are you buying this?
And the FBI's like, "Okay." She is buying it because she's like,
know.
"Well, no." I love. She looks around. She goes, "Well, this is money laundering," rather than a hijinks situation.
Oh, it's weird because then you've also got the three villains.
Yes.
Looking for the kid. They're just at a water park.
No, they're
perving on children.
I've got no clue. I don't know what the 90s was like, but Juice grabs the newspaper. Is like, "Well, how about this? We'll look at the newspaper, and that has a big list of where kids hang out." What the fuck is that? The newspaper? What section of the newspaper is that? Just kids hang. It feels like such a pedophile newspaper. It's strange, but they go to the water park and they're like, "Well, he's not here."
I don't understand why these three guys are so bad at finding him. Because everybody in the town is like, there's a new person nobody's seen with $1 million buying random shit. It's wild. And they're like, it's probably not him.
Probably not him.
Probably not
Should we
him.
check the skate park?
Yeah, I don't think that kid would be called Macintosh, would it?
No,
Like,
that's too sensible. It's too. Anyway, so
the kid and the FBI agent go on a date.
yeah. Well, no. Before
Weird.
that, the kid's like, "Hey, limo driver, got any advice?" And the limo driver not reading the situation at all, is like, I don't know, I think you should fuck on the first date.
Oh my god. He's like, eat her out, then eat with her out. Like,
How gross is that? He's like, you gotta finger her.
it's
Get her thigh, get her aroused.
the situation with this FBI agent and this kid is vile.
Yeah, it's disgusting,
And I
isn't it?
can't believe it's in a Disney film. What were they thinking?
They go to a fancy restaurant, and she's like, so, Mr. McIntosh. He's like, so, wanna fuck? My limo driver told me that would work.
Yeah. It's like, it's weird. The kid's like, oh, lobsters, I hate this. You like burgers? And she looks down at him hungrily and is like, I love burgers.
Yeah.
What?
Pick me, girl.
Oh
It's
my
like Gone
God.
Girl.
It's true. I would love it if she gone girled him. They then just dance in a fountain for ages.
Oh, it's really gross. That she gets really wet.
I know.
He gets really wet. They hug. I'm not happy with the situation.
I'm not happy because people applaud. Why do people applaud? They're
There's
like,
a row. Oh, give him a hand, guys.
very rarely do you see an FBI agent and just a little kid dancing around in a fountain.
Getting
Stunning.
wet. Is that his mother? No. That is a date happening.
It's like maybe it would be applaud worthy if they didn't get wet. So you're like, what an achievement.
What a skill.
You were in a fountain for an hour and you didn't get wet. They didn't miss a single stream of water. Every bead of water hits them and they get soaked. And people are like, good on ya.
Good on you. You tried. You had a go. And that's all that matters.
So then like these three buffoons home alone
They're
themselves.
so
they
buffoonish.
get stuck in a water. How embarrassing for these three actors.
So embarrassing.
How upsetting.
I hope they got a blank check for payment. Just
I
like,
know.
hey guys, here's some money.
Oh god. So then it turns out this kid doesn't actually have any friends.
Yeah.
The FBI agent's like, I've got to work, I'm an adult. The limo driver's like, I've also got to work, I'm an adult.
Which is weird because his job is to limo drive.
I know.
So he makes a fake mistake. He's like, I've got friends to... He hasn't got friends. He's chatting to a child.
So this kid's like, I'm going to go to the ballpark and bring the cash. Why?
I've got no clue.
Because later we find that it's all in the computer anyway. Why has he got cash?
No, I think it's all cashed, which I don't get how he pays for the house. If a 10-year-old hands me $300,000 in cash for a home in a day, there's questions.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, after he throws that $100,000 party, he goes up and it's like, there's only $3,000 left in your account.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you only had it in cash.
Yeah. I think that's just bills. I think he just had like a spreadsheet. But It's such a weird spreadsheet, isn't it?
I know. Weird. Do we
Also-
get to the party?
Well, just real quickly, Quigly's name's Carl, so I think...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Boo. As a creative decision, how vile. How disgusting. I hate that I'm associated with the movie in any way.
I like that Save the Cat's the opposite of that. Like, you want to make your villain evil? Just call him
Gone
Carl.
Oh, God.
God, the greedy father. Isn't he so greedy?
Oh.
He goes, he's at the party, and Preston, is like Great Gatsby. He's like,
I know.
I don't want to be there. Just host him, because fuck it. I want to see Daisy, my hot bitch.
I know. I love that they just let the limo driver just do stand up for ages.
What the hell was that?
Do you remember when he's just like two birds, one stone? How many times have you tried to hit a bird with a stone? And I'm like, what is happening?
That is true. He gets a lot of ad-libbing.
For a long time, it's him taking up popular sayings and then analyzing them.
What do we do?
Shut up. Well, actually, okay, well, let's pivot. This guy comes in and he does an incredible 5-minute stand-up. He's talking about two birds with one stone. Hilarious.
Great stuff.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
How do they hit a bird with one stone? Early bird gets the worm.
What's the worm?
Where's the worm?
Ah,
It's comedy.
it's comedy.
That's why you listen to us. Like and subscribe.
We're desperate.
The FBI's like, if you don't bring in Macintosh tonight,
Yeah. I'm shooting your dog.
we're gonna kill the kid. And she's just like, well, get the guy. It's fine. This is ridiculous. This is $100,000 party. This is a terrible party.
It is a terrible party. It does feel more right in the way of money because there's like at least 100 people here. Like, hosting it. So I get that it could cost this much.
Why? How does this party cost $100,000?
The same as the house.
But the house opens at $130,000.
Back then, parties were an asset. It was the 90s. Things were different. Houses were worthless.
I love that his dad comes in and just spills his heart out. Like,
Oh, yeah, what the
I'm
hell?
so hard on Preston. And it's like, you've never met this Macintosh
Never
guy.
met
And
him.
you're about to be like, Macintosh, I think I'm a terrible dad.
But it doesn't feel genuine, though, does it? It feels like
Yeah.
he's trying to suck dick for Mr. Macintosh.
Yeah.
Preston has a cry.
Yeah.
I don't think the kid is insecure about this. This feels like a writer in like their 30s saying this to their dad rather than a 10-year-old. The 10-year-old just wants money.
Yeah.
And he got money and he was happy. I think his brain isn't that developed.
The 10-year-old gets everything he wants only to learn he doesn't want it.
Does he though? I don't think he does.
It's like, but no, he doesn't. It's not that he learns he doesn't want it. He learns he doesn't want it again. He wants another wish.
Yeah.
It's like he just got greedy that he was like, if one wish came true, another one should now.
10 million would do me for 60 days.
I know, right? The end of the movie is just him being like, basically just like, I wish I was big. Like, it's weird that the movie's subplot is like big, but by being more uncomfortable.
Before this, the villains grab the bully, hold him over a building.
I know. Why didn't the kid tell them before that?
Yeah, I feel like when you're going up the stairs.
Why was the kid being so brave for Preston of all people?
No, he's bullied him.
Yeah,
He's got weird morals, this kid.
I know.
But yeah,
Redheads, you can trust them.
you can't. They're
You
freaks.
can.
No, they're cursed.
No, you can. You can trust them. I know one.
You can't trust that.
Oh, no.
Okay, so these villains rock up to the party. The FBI's at the party, and all the people that want the money from Preston are at the party.
Yeah,
Where's Mr. Macintosh? It's Preston.
I know. How has nobody worked this out?
Yeah, they're all. It's like Ferris. It's like, like Save Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
It kind of spirals out of control, but it's quite funny.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they went, what if that was actually true? What if we followed that subplot? Like, I don't want that.
Who is invited? Who are they?
They're just socialites, it seems. Just rich people.
Why do socialites exist?
Well, it's like before Instagram influencers. There was
Yeah.
a vacuum there that needed to be filled, and that's what they were there for.
Wow, weird.
Weird, right?
So weird.
Anyway, like, I don't know.
The house, he uses whatever gadgets he's bought to
It's-
get the villains.
It's Home Alone, but it's so weird because Home Alone's clever. It's like in a house, there's like steps you can go, oh, he's here. But Preston is once in his room,
Yep.
then he's at a field with like a baseball thing,
Yep.
and then he's in the basement.
Yeah.
I've got no clue where he is.
Yeah.
He's just popped around. He pretty much harms and mains these villains.
Yeah.
He then puts the Quigly in like a hamster ball.
Yeah, I don't understand. He puts like puts a VR headset on somebody,
On the bank teller,
and it
yeah.
makes him do like the chicken dance and
Yeah.
fall over. I don't understand.
I think he played like Seizure. I think he gave him like a. He's gonna be like in a catatonic state. He's gonna die. Juice just gets hit with balls, but
Yeah.
Quickly gets put in a hamster ball, a life-size hamster ball. Preston then go-karts him into the pool.
Yeah.
He should be drowning, but the hamster ball opens in time. Doesn't really. It feels like a rewrite.
I know. The what's it called? The FBI rocks up.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna arrest one of you.
No, they're like, who's Macintosh? And Preston's like, well, that would be about to get consequences. And then
Yeah.
the villains are like, it was me.
I'll assume the identity.
Yeah.
I was like, because I thought it was like, is the villain having a turn where he was like, he's gonna protect this kid?
I know.
But then I was like, no, he thinks he can get away with it if he assumes the identity.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize
That-
that Macintosh is.
Money laundering.
Yeah.
And they arrest him.
Yeah.
But they arrest him. That makes sense.
Why weren't people after him if he escaped prison? That's a drop subplot, isn't it?
Where's his $1 million from?
But he said that he left it behind as contingency.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But they arrest him. Makes sense. The bank teller, they're like, well, he's evil too.
Yeah.
And they go, all right, you're arrested. And then Juice is like, well, you're under arrest too. and no protest. They're just taken away.
Yeah.
And then the FBI agent's like, hey, Preston, let's have a chat. Let's have a little powwow over in the corner there.
Hate this.
No one can see us.
Hate it.
Remember when we played in the fountain?
It's not over. It's in the middle. Very loudly, she's proud of this.
Yeah. Big smooch on the lips.
Weird. What is she? 35?
Yeah.
40?
Oh wow, David.
I can't
Was she a
gauge.
hag?
I can't gauge age, but he's 10, and that's fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up. I think the worst part is that the sequence of like what the film, because normally you show like your weakest connection to your strongest connection, like Lord of the Rings, like like saying like when Frodo. So this subplot of the woman is the strongest. Sorry, the weakest. They're like, all right, you guys kiss. The middle's the limo driver. They're like, well, we've had some fun. I don't think they've had fun. It's been 6 days. The limo driver's taking advantage of the kid.
The limo driver is also flat out like, I know it was you.
Yeah, of course he is.
He also goes and gets a giant fucking thing of ice cream. And then it's like, I guess I was like, did you pay for that yourself? That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Has been stealing from the kid. He's
I
just
know.
left it loose cash in the backpack.
Probably. And the movie ends.
No, well, then the dad is like, well, I'm ashamed of you, son, but hey, money is good, and what you did with it was good, and I love you, I guess, but not really. He doesn't really say that.
It's like the kid got hit by a car,
Yeah.
and the parents were like, that's your fault.
They ground him.
They're like, they ground him, and they don't want to give him a new bike. How awful. He could have died.
Like, they're awful. Yeah, their parents are awful.
Yeah.
I hope they don't get a lick of the money.
Yeah.
I hope they don't get any of the investment of the castle. And Preston doesn't learn anything. He doesn't have any more friends. He gets all the money. I don't get what is Preston. What is this for Preston?
Would he get to keep the money? Has Preston done anything illegal?
I think he has not, but I think everyone involved in every purchase he made has to be questioned.
Yeah.
Who lets a child buy a house? Because you
Yeah.
need to sign the deed. There's steps. I've never bought a house, but there must be more to than just here's $300,000 in cash. I'm a 10-year-old boy. Can I have the keys?
Yeah. Who knows? Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Well, you did get that blank check last Wednesday, and it is Tuesday. So how much have you spent?
I thought a blank check meant that you have zero money. I threw the check out.
Okay, good.
Maybe
Because I'm my grandma's.
Made me unsettled.
Yeah.
Did you read the card?
I gave it a glance. I gave it a good glance.
Oscar, any final thoughts?
The 90s are weird, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. This movie's terrible.
It's
This is
weird
one of the worst.
It's weird that like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is almost being held up by blank check in a way. Because the history of Disney is that, you get to enjoy Captain America because
A blank check.
Yeah.
I would love to. This is the time. It's like, you know how they've done like a remake to Home Alone that's for Disney Plus about to come out.
The bad one or the good? No, they remade Turner and Hooch with Josh Peck.
Yeah.
It's awful.
No, they've got like a new. It's like with that kid from Jojo Rabbit, the New Zealander one, the
Yes.
little.
It doesn't look good though.
No, it doesn't. But it's one of those things where it's like you've just done the movie again.
Yeah.
I think conceptually you could probably take the bare bones of Blank Check and do something fun with it.
Yeah.
It's the fact this movie's so boring and dull.
It is, isn't it?
None of it is what a kid would do. It should be filled with a lot of joy and
How
excitement.
vapid is it?
It's so
he
vapid.
should learn something, shouldn't he? I think the message is that money is good. I don't think
Yeah.
it critiques that.
No, it doesn't. It's Wall Street. I just think it's like ripe for a remake.
Yeah.
That you could do something with. And that's why the type of shit Disney should be putting on Disney Plus is going back through and being like, what do we have that could have been good but is terrible?
Yeah, they have so many properties. Give it to like an up and coming director, $3 million, make blank check, have fun with it. Maybe get rid of the kissing scene. Unless that's pivotal, then keep it in.
It's not pivotal.
Keep it in.
It's not pivotal.
Hey, if you want to make it, you have to. If you want this blank check, for this
Imagine
movie,
if a producer was like, "You've got to keep that scene, though." You'd be like,
Sick,
"What,
dude." It's so good when they like smooch. It's so cool.
Oscar, who would watch Blank Check?
If you're a child of the 90s and your parents don't love you, I think this is a movie that would teach you good morals.
Huh.
Full stop.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or if you're a child and you're like, wow, I'll never get that girl, just watch this. And you'd be like, wow, maybe I will get a kiss from an FBI agent.
I think it's for people that are called Quigly.
Yeah, or Carl. Freaks.
I don't know about the second one.
Well, I do.
I think the Quigley thing holds
Well,
up.
I don't know.
I really disagree.
Okay, well, I
I
disagree
agree.
to agree.
I guess we don't agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Who watches? Who watches?
Yeah, we'll watch this.
Carl, I watched Primer. It is a 2004 indie film. I think it's made for like $7,000. It's 71 minutes. It's about time travel. Think I got it. I can't explain it, but I think I got it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy they did that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I've seen both of that guy's films. And I read he had this script that was going to be produced by Steven Spielberg and David Fincher.
Yeah.
And it's such a good script. It's called A Topiary. And it upsets me so much that movie never got made. Really makes me sad.
That's a pretty powerhouse.
It's the type of thing that I think had A24 been around, I think they would have picked up because it wasn't a huge budget, but so creative, so original. Just
David Fincher, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
God, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Such a shame.
But
yes, Primer, love it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty much like starts off. It's a bit confusing. It's pretty much like they pretty much invent a time machine, but you don't really ever get told the rules. You don't really get told what's going on, and it's only 70 minutes. But oh my god, it feels like, in a good way, it feels like a 3-hour.
Yeah,
film.
it does feel like dense.
Yeah.
It's like it's a really accurate, as far as I'm concerned, portrayal of what time travel probably like, because you don't get to learn the rules.
No.
They're constantly confused by it.
Yeah.
Like,
they think they're fucking up. They're paranoid.
Yeah.
That their like previous selves are fucking it up.
Yeah.
Or someone's found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool and really creative.
It's a really genius film to make on such a small budget.
Yeah.
Really clever.
Yeah, and they're good. It's fun.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything else to say about it. I can't wait to rewatch it. It's only 70 minutes.
I know. It's one of those things where it's like you can't really critique it because it's on such a small scale. It's like the actors aren't really actual actors.
No,
like,
the actors aren't great, but I think for what it is, you can tell they're like, well, I'm also doing the camera.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's so funny when like the credits are like Shane Kurth does like everything. It's like he does the music, and then like the second lead's like the caterer.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like my mum was doing the camera. She was doing the jib. So, but yeah, it's really good. What did you watch?
I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, the original one, which I'd never seen before. It is a much, much lower budget film than I was expecting.
Okay.
It's like so filthy in terms of how it's like it looks so old. The acting is not particularly good, but the fact that it feels so raw and cheap almost gives it a quality that it feels like you're watching
a serial killer.
Yeah, I know. It's just like because it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Personally. But then there's still like a very enjoyable aspects to it. It's one of those ones where I'm shocked that was a movie where they were like, make 11.
Have you seen the titles of those films?
They're ridiculous. They're all over the place, aren't they? Because I've seen like,
and canon-wise, they're all like, it's a prequel, it's a sequel. We're resetting it. We're back to the first one. It's absolutely.
Because I realized I'd seen Texas Chainsaw,
yeah,
which is just the title, Texas Chainsaw 3D,
yeah.
And that is like a direct sequel, and that had the first film, bits of it redone in 3D, and that was the best part of that film.
Yeah.
So, and then I think there's like a part 2, and then like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning.
Yeah, it's a prequel. And then there's one that goes back to like the second one, I think.
I think so. And then there's a flat out remake.
Yeah.
That's just a remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's bizarre.
It is. I feel like there's a new one coming out soonish.
I think so.
Or one came out.
I don't know. How many do you reckon there've been?
I think 8 or 7. 7, I'd go 7.
First one was in 1974.
Pretty good.
Insane. All right, so there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yep.
Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What's the general plot,
It's just the three. It's like they're cannibals out in the middle of, I don't know, like
Arizona. Or
yeah,
something,
like an American state, and just these like teens that are passing through town kind of end up within their like grasp.
Cool.
So yeah, Texas Chainsaw 3D, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface. Oh no, that's just called Leatherface. Then there's the remake, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So there's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You nailed it.
Wow. What a nightmare of a series. But yeah, what do you think? Well, yeah, were you a fan? It must be just creepy, right?
Well, I mean, it wasn't particularly. It definitely felt gross.
Yeah.
Rather than creepy or scary. And it wasn't, you know how there's like occasionally you'll watch like one of those really old famous films and you're like, man, I get why this is
It was
well
so,
known
yeah.
because you're just like, it feels way more ahead of the time or
Definitely.
modern. This is definitely dated.
Okay, fair
Definitely
enough.
feels dated.
Yeah.
But I think the style of horror that it is was clearly influential.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the 70s, like, I can't think of like 60s is like Psycho,
yeah.
and 70s is this. It's pretty like stark difference.
Yeah, for sure. So all right, Oscar, what are we reviewing next week?
Well, next week, Carl, we're doing Maleficent 2, subtitle
Mistress of Evil.
Wow.
Yep, that's a film.
The Angelina Disney classic. Also, this is Disney Month, by the way. Don't think we said that. Disney Month.
Disney Month.
Disney Month.
We're doing this bad Disney.
Disney Month. Disney Month.
Disney Month. Bad Disney.
Month. Bad Disney.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye, Disney Month.
Disney Month.